हे चंद्रचूड मदनांतक शूलपाणे स्थाणो गिरीश गिरिजेश महेश शंभो भूतेश भीति भयसूदन मामनाथन दारिद्र्य दुःख गहना जगदीश रक्षा रत्नाकरा धौतपदां हिमालय किरीटिनीं ब्रह्मराजस्य रत्नाढ्यां वंदे भारत मातरम। भारत माता की जय। हर हर महादेव। All the participants present on very pious occasion of Mahashivratri, and on the eve of this very pleasant time, all of you who have seated in front of me, especially for this program, which is telecasting all over the world. All the dignitaries, the devotees and the delegates of Vishwamangalya Sabha who are consistently working to establish the values and the principles in the world by practicing various and versatile programs. I thanks for the opportunity you given and bless all. Vishwamangalya Sabha, now working in the global scenario, as whole world is my family, that is, in the Sanskrit we may say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The question is, which binding force that constrains us to live together, a world as a family? Who creates the love and the affections amongst us? Who sow the seeds of noble thinking of world's welfare? Who gives the feeling of oneness, that is integrity we call ekatmata, despite of different nationality, caste, creed and races? If we think, no doubt, that must be the supreme divine authority to whom we say God. In today's program, we are chanting Shiva Mahimna Stotra, that is Shiva Mahimna hymn of the Lord Shiva. This Lord Shiva is that God as a supreme power, a very positive power, a very noble and sanctified power. We may say the power of all different types of powers together is Lord Shiva. I don't think it is the only principal deity of Hindus, as it is also called as Lord Shankara. Shankaroti iti Shankara. Sham, it means Kalyan, the utmost welfare. This Lord Shiv or Shankar is always work with the partner. It's called as Shakti in India. That is a power or creative energy. We call this as a Sati, Sati Parvati. Sati means Satyam Ishwaram iti Sati. Many people called Hindu the polytheistic. It's a polytheistic religion. Religion of many gods it means. But what is true? The Hinduism give way to understand one God in distinct ways. It's only a religion of this type. Just to see the God in distinct ways is a very wonderful thing. In this vast the world we see. It insists what is good in us, that is God in us. Everything which has which have goodness, that is a godliness. So Hinduism quotes that the God is not far away living in the remote heaven, but it is inside each and every soul in heart and consciousness. Actually, the Hinduism gives freedom to God in one's own way, encouraging a multiplicity of paths according to the thinking and the faith. Vishwamangala Sabha, by this way of chanting the Shiva Mahimna hymn, is providing wisdom, comfort, compassion, power, and the freedom for all to seek, to realize, to understand the power of world welfare. That is Shiva power. Shiva is that Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. It's a Shiva power. And energy to work this sanctified positive power, that is called as Shakti. It's a divine energy which all the women are embedded with. Considering the Shiva Mahimna Stotra, to which we are going to chant now, it's a great, miraculous, magical, and knowledgeous hymn. By its study or getting acquainted to its logics and principle and the theme also, one can understand to Lord Shiva, a great Almighty. Even though the poet of Shiva Mahimna, he was Pushpadanta, a great poet and a great devotee to the Lord Shankar. So, the poet of Shiva Mahimna Stotra says, Tava Tattvam na janami kidrishosi maheshwaraha. What it means? It means, O Lord, I don't know the true being nor who you are. But what I realize, it's the supreme authority of the universe making me as you and encouraging to devote myself for the world welfare. So, the Lord Shiva is a Lord in the framework of some path or religion. It's not so. It's a supreme deity of all across the universe. This is the reason why a great sage of India, great guru of Swami Vivekananda, in 19th century, he went to Samadhi, that is a deep yogic trance, while chanting, while reciting the same Shiva Mahimna Stotra. Some people, they do critics, they criticize, they blame on the Lord Shiva, such as the how one can drink a poison like the halal wish or poison. Just how can one cut the neck or head of his own son, that is Lord Ganesha, and replace it with the elephant's head, and so on. But when we move our mindset from the mythical to ethical role of the Lord Shiva, as a father, as a guru, as a philosopher of Ganesh, or a myth to the eternal truth, Looking towards the before said objections, we can overrule those objections. Let's think or it by this way. For example, see, the color of sky is blue. We see from the earth, it seems as blue in the color. That sky, it's a symbol of the broad and healthy mind. If we go to psychiatrist and in the problem just we lose our confidence, then he said us, he says what he says, just look at the sky and just think yourself, make your mind set up as broad as the sky. So the sky is a symbol of broad and healthy mind. The sky is full of positive energy. It's having a ozonic energy, we say. If we become able to consume or assimilate or digest the all negative events, negative thoughts, negative happenings in our life, it is as like as to consume and to assimilate or to digest the poison that is negativity in the life. The person who keeps such ability may becomes as broad as blue sky, and the blue color of Lord Shiva due to assimilation of poison naming halahal indicates the overpowering to the negativity by the extreme positivity of the attitude, thinking and activity in the life. Similarly, to behead the Lord Ganesh by Lord Shiva as a father, guru, his guide, etc. To see this event principally, the head is a symbol of thinking, symbol of inspiration to behave, to act, etc. As in mythics, Lord Ganesh did not recognize his father, Lord Shiva, while entering in his house, and Shiva cuts his head. But to say it was not beheading the Ganesh, it was not cutting the head of the Ganesh, that is not only a sense in that, but to say it's a symbol of the transformation of mind. Not recognizing the Lord Shiva was a symbol of having irrationality in the behavior, not taking the cognizance of our guide, of our philosopher, our teacher, of values and principles and wellness who teaches us. So the total transformation of mentality and its way of justifying the role to be done. This is the process in that particular event. So it was not only cutting off the head, but the transforming attitude, thought that may we call as the wisdom, the knowledge, the way of behavior, the way of act, and the developing the vision, and so on, so on, so on. Looking to these two examples, what should be the role of parents towards next generation? Number one, to make them full of the positive attitude. What is the second? To make them rational, wise, civilized, full of manner, lovely, faithful, with perfect in the duty, perfect to love, with the attitude of welfare, etc. etc. So the objectives of Vishwamangala Sabha is same as like such principles we have seen. So Vishwamangala Sabha insists Lord Shiva as its idol for the fatherhoodness, principally in the men, and Goddess Parvati for the motherhoodness, principally in the woman. So let we pray to God Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva, the supreme power Shiva, to enlighten and transform our mind setup to behave globally, wise towards all, to make everybody full of peace and power for extreme wellness. So, with this, blessings to all participants and good wishes to Vishwamangalya Sabha for further bright global work. Thank you. भारत माता की जय. हर हर महादेव. गुरुदेव दत्त.